Hi, welcome to Money with Mark Albert. Today, the Bank of Canada, they made a unscheduled rate announcement, and we are going to look at that. I'm going to tell you what that is. It's a very drastic announcement. It was unscheduled, not part of their normal 8 announcements a year, and it takes effect on Monday the 16th, even though the announcement is today, March the 13th. So let's see what it is and why they made that announcement. So they basically made it as a proactive measure in light of 2 things. The first thing is the shock to the Canadian economy with this coronavirus pandemic, the COVID-19. People are, I think, panicking a bit. And yeah, it is a big deal, but the Bank of Canada and the governments around the world are doing a lot of positive things to respond to this. So one of the things the Bank of Canada did is they dropped the rate. Another reason is that recently, the oil prices have really gotten hit significantly hard. And so part of this is there's aspects of the Canadian economy that's being hit a lot harder because of oil, okay? Because of the impact of oil. Because we have certain provinces that are big energy producing provinces, okay? So the rate announcement that we're going to look at is unscheduled. These are the 6 more this year that are scheduled. So April 15 is the next one. So if you're not already subscribed to this channel, if you are, thank you very much. But if you're not, please subscribe and click the bell for notifications, because in light of what's going on now, right, by the time we get to April 15, every day there's just so much information coming at us. So be interesting to know what happens with the Bank of Canada, their announcement then. So what they decided is they would decrease the rate 50 basis points. They decreased it 50 basis points back on March 4th. So doing another 50, that brings the Bank of Canada overnight lending rate to 0.75%. So that new rate takes effect on March 16th. So if you have a line of credit or a HELOC, which is a home equity line of credit, basically a line of credit secured against your home, you should see your rate go down. So when the March 4th announcement to decrease the rate 50 basis points, you should have seen that reflected in your line of credit. So now another 50 basis points takes effect Monday. So at some point next week, you should start seeing that in your account. Okay, so keep an eye on that. So historically, if we take a look, the last year and a half, it's basically they've held the rate at 1.75%. But if we look here, within 2 weeks, the Bank of Canada decreased the rate by a whole percent. So March 4th, they decreased it by 50 basis points to 1.25, and another 50 basis points as an unscheduled announcement, which is pretty significant. So this should have at least some kind of a helping component within the economy. It's going to help business owners who want to maximize their lines of credit. It's going to help the average person get through this time, especially if for a while their work not able to work due to the pandemic. So just a note here is the Bank of Canada, they've taken some steps to ensure that the Canadian financial system has sufficient liquidity, and that's important. As you know, we're going into a recession here. Obviously, the stock market's taken a bit of a hit. Recession is the type of thing that we'll be following. A couple banks just officially said that they expect a recession this year. Of course, it's a no-brainer, right? So I will say that the Canadian financial system, the banking sector, is very, very stable, very, very strong. Bill Morneau, the Minister of Finance for the Government of Canada, he affirmed that just this past week in a briefing that they had, a news briefing. Okay, so that's positive. And this was actually announced separate to the rate announcement. I'm just mentioning for our benefit, and that's on the Bank of Canada website. So the Bank of Canada, they're also closely monitoring economic and financial conditions in coordination with other G7 central banks and fiscal authorities. So that's positive, right? So there's a lot of proactive things going on here, which is positive. We've got the Government of Canada involved. We've got the Bank of Canada involved, which is all really good stuff. So finally, listen, please subscribe. We got all the Bank of Canada rate announcements this year. I think they'll be pretty significant. So those aspects of the economy that I will talk about also during that time. So subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Thank you so much for being with me. Have a great day and look forward to talking to you soon.